Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to do white ink printed envelopes with PrintsWell Fulfillment. I have a link in the description of the video that'll get you $25 off your first order with them if you haven't used them before, but they are a wonderful wholesale fulfillment printer if you're interested in becoming a stationery designer. So let's dive in. Hi, I'm Lainey. I'm an invitation designer and I love to teach other designers how to create beautiful invitations and run a successful, profitable business. While you're here on my channel, I hope you'll check out tons of my invitation design and business running videos. So PrintsWell is my favorite printer. They have this really easy online ordering system, which I'll show you, and so many different offerings. And they recently started offering white ink printing on their colored envelopes, which I love. They have a good selection of green, burgundy, black, lots of really pretty colors that you can do white ink printing on, which is really popular with a lot of my clients. So there's a few design considerations to take into account. You can't bleed your envelopes off the edge. If you have questions about that, I have another video on it. And I don't recommend large swathes of white as it can not be quite as opaque as you want. Here's an example of one where I did a pretty large swath. I did a few different city skylines, which turned out really pretty, but you'll see it's not quite as opaque as the text appears to be just because it's a little bit larger, and the white ink isn't, it's not like a paint that you can apply a bunch of different layers. But something like this is really beautiful, even though these are, a decent amount of white ink, or something like this is really cool. It just needs to be 1/4 of an inch away from the edges in all cases, so you can't bleed off the edges of the envelope. That's just more about envelopes than the white ink printing in general. But this part, not doing huge, heavy white coverage, is more about the white ink itself. Otherwise, the design is pretty much up to you. Make sure you leave room for stamps, and let me show you how to set up that file. The cool thing when you log into PrintsWell, this is your ordering system. If you click Need Help, you can find anything that you need here. So specifically today, we'll look at white ink envelope printers. And so it'll tell you how to order in the system, which I'll show you, and then your file setup. So all it needs to be is in CMYK. You want to put anything that's white in 100% K, 100% black. You cannot combine the white ink with CMYK printing. You have to choose one or the other. And you should make sure your fonts are outlines. And then as you'll see here, a lot of things that I mentioned, try not to keep it too thin, but also not large solid coverages. Can't bleed, needs to be 0.25 away. And then there are templates if you need them. So I've just created this really, really simple design to show you how to set up the file. So basically we're gonna wanna outline our type. You can do that by going to type and then create outlines, or Control-Shift-O. You wanna do this after you finish your design and it's ready to go, because then you won't be able to edit the type afterward. You want to make sure you're in 100% K. We already are on our black, and that your document is in color, CMYK color mode. Otherwise you might get RGB colors and that's not going to work as well. So this has to be 100% K. At some places when you set up white ink, they want it to be 100% cyan, 100% magenta, whatever. I think PrintsWell's is really easy because they just do it as 100% K. And then you'll just save this file, white ink, as a PDF. We only have one artboard. We'll save it. If you're going to do variable data, which I have a ton of videos on too, which is like a bunch of different addresses on one file, just export this from InDesign as a PDF kind of in the same way. And then make sure you don't need your bleeds, because I set up this file as the size of the envelope, which is 5.25 by 7.25. You'll need bleeds on any documents that are not being printed on envelopes, but if they're just printed on envelopes, you don't need the bleeds there. And we'll save that file. So when we go to order, we'll start our order. We want to order in envelope. Pretty easy. We'll select our A7 size. And then we'll want to select a color that white is going to show up on. You can't really do this on white, or I wouldn't recommend it on blush, etc. I would recommend it on, let's see, Imperial Blue. That's like a navy color. It's really pretty. And you can order a sample kit from them with all their colors in it once you create your account. Some of these envelopes are naturally Euro flaps, so it'll say it here. If they don't say it in here, then just check afterward. Like I don't think the cotton one is, so it doesn't say Euro flap. But if you select that, my face is in the way. If you select that imperial blue, and then you'll say how many you want. Let's say we want 50 of these. And I love, love, love this ordering system. I'm just going to move my face over here because getting in the way. And then you can see here, because this is a darker envelope, it specifically says white ink. If it didn't say that, you could select it. There are a couple of choices where you can choose white or black ink, like on the gray side, that kind of thing. So this one only gives you the option of white ink. And you can either print on both sides or just the one. We'll just do the front, which is the non-flap side. And then if you want to do variable, like we talked about, that's a ton of different addresses. We usually do this for our invitation clients. Then you will just click variable fronts, and the variable data charges $5 per order, no matter what. So if you, or per variable data piece. So this envelope has variable fronts. It will be $5 total. And you'll see that on the final invoice before you order. So we'll just grab our file here. And what I love about PrintsWell's ordering system is that they will tell you if something's wrong. If you have added bleeds when you shouldn't, if you didn't add bleeds when you should, if the file's the wrong size, if something's wrong with it, they'll tell you about it. And then you even have the option to add envelope liners. And then if you add one processing day, they will attach the envelope liners for you. And another really cool thing about PrintsWell you'll see here is you can order liners to fit these envelopes right here, as like in the same ordering thing without even starting a new product. And then you can also, you'll see that they'll ask if you want to attach them. So here we go. Here's our liners. I'll just upload a liner. Let's see, lemon liner. Oh, gotta click open. My face is just getting in the way today. So upload that. So when you choose which one you want, you can see here that they will line the envelopes for you, which will add an additional day to your processing, but is really nice. I love that. And it makes it easy. Like if I get an order with envelope liners, I used to not be able to send it directly to my client ever. But now if they're ordering an envelope color that PrintsWell offers, we're printing on the envelopes from PrintsWell, and then they're even going to attach those for me so I can send it all directly to the client if I want, which I really love. We're going to go back to our note here. And then you just add them, and you can see here we have our Euroflap blue envelopes. We have white ink printing, and then we have our variable data service. Oh, it's actually, I apologize, they raised recently, so it is $5.40. So, but still great. And that is independent of how many you order. So if you order 150 envelopes, it's still only $5.40. And then you add it to your cart and you're good to go. And you'll get navy blue envelopes with white ink printing. I'm just going to put this one up here because it is my favorite. It's such a cool design, especially if you're doing like a mountain wedding. So the possibilities are endless. White ink is so popular with my clients these days, and I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you try out PrintsWell, use the link in the description to create your account so that you can get $25 off your first order. Let me know what questions you have, and while you're here, check out some of our other invitation design videos. Thanks, everybody.